Divas, welcome to our very first video for Tarnished Tiaras. Today we are going to dye this black 12-inch weave that I bought from Amazon to a blood orange. I was actually pretty pleased with the hair, not too much shedding going on. It was a very nice consistency when I received it. So I was like, well, let's dye it blood orange. So I'm actually using Color Brilliance Blood Orange that I bought at Sally's. And my ultimate goal is to make a doll wig, which I'm actually going to be using for a pet costume for Halloween this year. So let's get started. I'm going to be using a quick bleach along with a 40 developer, cream developer, in a plastic bowl along with my brushes. I'm also going to be using a pair of reusable gloves that I bought at Sally's and a white tooth comb that I'm going to comb the hair prior to bleaching just to make sure I got all the tangles out. I'm actually going to be following the instructions on the tub, which states 7 scoops and 4 ounces of the 40 cream developer. Here's a tip when it comes to measuring the developer. So I didn't have a measuring shot glass that they sell in Sally's. So I took a Dixie cup, which is 5 ounces, and poured 4, which means don't pour it to the rim, just a little bit shy of the rim, and you have your 4 ounces. So the goal that we want to achieve is a pancake or a waffle like batter. I had to add a little bit more of developer to achieve this. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit closer to achieving that pancake like batter. I'm almost there, but I need just a little bit more of developer. This is what your mixture should look like. It's not running off the brush, it's holding on to the bristles. Now it's time to bleach the hair. I'm putting on my gloves, and technically I should have put on my gloves when I was making the mixture, but I didn't. So I'm going to take my wide tooth comb and just make sure I have all the tangles out of the hair before I bleach the hair. One thing that you do not want to do is actually brush or comb the hair while you have bleach on it. I actually like to start at the bottom of the hair and work my way up. As we progress, you'll see that the bottom will lighten faster than the top. And really, I want more of the color to be deposited on the bottom half of the hair than the roots. When you're applying bleach to your hair, you want to make sure that you're liberal with the bleach. You want to make sure that every strand has this bleach mixture on it, just because when you actually dye your hair, you'll have more of an even tone shade. So I actually bleached the front and the back, and I'm placing it into this foil packet. I'm going to leave it in this foil packet for about 45 minutes, and I will be checking it every 15 minutes just to see how the bleaching is coming. So it's been about 15-20 minutes, and I'm just taking a small peek just to see how far along we are progressing. It looks like it's working. So I'm going to place it back in the foil packet and let it sit for about another 15 to 20 minutes. So it's been about 25 minutes. I'm going to take the hair out of the packet and I'm going to go ahead and wash and condition it. Okay, our hair has been washed, conditioned, and air dry. So now we are going to move to the step of dyeing it blood orange. So I'm going to take the tube of color and I'm going to place it back in our plastic bowl and I'm going to add 3 ounces of the volume 40 cream developer. This process is a little tedious because I want to make sure that I've gotten all the color out of the tube. So now I'm going to take our Dixie cup and I'm going to pour in 3 ounces of the cream developer. And since our Dixie cup is 5 ounces, I'm going to pour just a little bit over the halfway mark. When mixing the developer into the color, you want to make sure that you do not see any remnants of the white developer in the color. So as I'm stirring, I'm looking for a blood orange throughout the whole bowl. As you can see, I have kind of a lemon meringue type consistency. So I'm going to add just a little bit more developer. I'm trying to get a mousse, like a chocolate mousse type of consistency to place onto the hair. Okay, so we're ready to dye the hair. I stretched out the hair and placed it from one side to the other on top of some foil. And the reason why I did this is I just want to make sure that every strand of hair receives color. As you can see, the dye is actually very thick. I've actually have dyed my own personal hair before, and the dye is usually runny, but I really like this dye because I don't have to put too much on it. I'm liberal with the dye, but the dye goes a long way. And I'm just going over a little bit of the ends that I missed while I was dyeing the hair. So now I'm going to flip the hair over and I'm going to dye that side as well. Okay, so now I'm going to fold the hair in fours, just like if you received it out of the beauty supply store. And I'm just going to rub my fingers through the hair just to make sure that every strand has been coated with color. And I'm going to place it back in my foil pack. And I'm going to leave it in my foil pack for about 30 minutes. And here's the end result. I think that this hair came out great.